Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on December 2, 2023. The Gospel, how Israel uses AI to select bombing targets in Gaza. The Guardian, the Gospel, Israel puts AI to work in selecting targets for attacks in war-torn Gaza. WION, over 14,000 dead in Gaza, how Israel is using AI to conduct airstrikes. NDTV, Israel lets AI decide what it should bomb, increasing the number of targets. Business Insider, Israeli army relaxed rules for bombing non-military targets in Gaza. Climate change, the young activists changing the skeptics' minds. Singing to babies is vital to help them learn language, say scientists. The Guardian, sing to babies to help them learn, Cambridge study says. The Telegraph, speaking to babies in sing-song speech helps them learn language, ITV News. COP28, UN climate talks take aim at planet-warming food. BBC, COP28, Day 2, over 130 nations agree to include food, agriculture in climate plans, France 24. France 24 English, COP28 Summit, cow burps, food waste in focus on Agriculture Day. Reuters, The Guardian view on COP28, energy companies are not the only ones with a carbon addiction. The Guardian, COP28 Live, food we eat matters for climate, leaders agree in first ever pledge. Aeroplane and €8 million of heroin seized at airport in Dublin. Protester sets themself on fire outside Israel consulate in Atlanta, Georgia. BBC, protester sets self on fire outside Israel consulate in Atlanta. The Telegraph, protester critically injured after setting self on fire outside Israeli consulate in Atlanta. The Independent, protester sets self on fire outside Israeli consulate in US. Sandra Day O'Connor obituary. The Guardian, ex-Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor dies aged 93. BBC, Sandra Day O'Connor, first woman on US Supreme Court dies aged 93. Sky News, opinion, Justice Sandra Day O'Connor has died. Her legacy should not. The Washington Post, opinion, Sandra Day O'Connor never stopped being a politician. Derek Chauvin, George Floyd's killer was stabbed 22 times with improvised knife by former mafia member. Sky News, ex-gang member charged with stabbing Derek Chauvin 22 times. BBC, inmate charged with stabbing George Floyd killer Derek Chauvin 22 times. Al Jazeera English, inmate who stabbed George Floyd killer Derek Chauvin 22 times charged by prosecutors. Judge rejects Trump's immunity claim in 2020 election case. BBC, breaking, Trump loses presidential immunity fight, twice in one day. MSNBC, court rules Donald Trump can be sued for allegedly inciting Capitol riot. Bowen, US sets clearer red lines for Israel as ceasefire ends. BBC, as Gaza truce collapses, what red lines did US deliver to Israel on next steps? Al Monitor, use our leverage, US should pressure Israel to protect civilians if bombing resumes, expert says. MSNBC, the West must not prevent Israel from crushing Hamas. The Telegraph, why Hamas could emerge stronger militarily from the temporary ceasefire with Israel. I'm not ready to lose hope, the hostages still in Gaza. BBC, what do the videos of released Hamas captives tell us? Al Jazeera newsfeed. Al Jazeera English, report, truce fell apart after Hamas refused to release more Israeli female hostages. The Times of Israel, Israeli captives smile, wave goodbye to Al-Qassam captors, thank Hamas for kind treatment, watch. Hindustan Times, Sunak to seek sustained humanitarian pauses in Gaza after fighting resumes. Israel-Hamas war live, 184 Palestinians killed since truce ended on Friday morning, say Gaza authorities. The Guardian, why has the Gaza ceasefire come to an end? BBC, Israeli Defense Minister flies over Gaza to observe bombing. The Times and the Sunday Times, Israel is now attacking the true Hamas stronghold. The Telegraph, there is nowhere to go, Israeli bombing resumes in besieged Gaza. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.